Soccer fans, welcome to the opening game for the season for the men's squad for AFC Ann Arbor. This wonderful USL 2 match is being played here at Saline High School, and we want to welcome everybody in. This game is versus Lansing City Football. So this is the opening game for this season for both of these squads out here. Lansing City is in the black kits with the black tops, the black shorts. They have blue across the front, kind of like lines of blue. The numbers are in blue with the lines on the back. And they have, I believe, a title sponsor on the front. I just can't really read it there. Numbers also on the shorts. AFC Ann Arbor is in their gray kits with the dark blue numbers on the back, the gray shorts and the gray socks. They have the title sponsor, Bank of Ann Arbor, on the front as both squads are getting warmed up here. We want to thank all the wonderful, amazing sponsors of AFC Ann Arbor. So thank you very much to all the great sponsors. That includes Diaza, the team apparel partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Check out the new 2025 jerseys available at the merch booth in youth, men's, and women's sizes. Wear the jersey the teams wear. And don't forget to stop at the merch booth if you come to see a game for great deals. Polestar Detroit, the electric vehicle partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Thank you to Polestar Detroit for their support of AFC Ann Arbor. YMCA, fitness partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank the Ann Arbor YMCA for their support for 2025. Bank of Ann Arbor, the title sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. We thank Bank of Ann Arbor for 10 mighty years of continued support. Bank of Ann Arbor helps. Whitfield Properties, the housing partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Whitfield Properties for 10 years of support, housing the visiting players of AFC Ann Arbor. Lewis Jewelers. We want to thank Lewis Jewelers for their support of AFC Ann Arbor. Lewis Jewelers, your diamond store. We want to thank the Ann Arbor District Library for their incredible support of the Mighty Oak and all they do for the Ann Arbor community. Units Moving and Storage, the storage partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Call Units Moving and Storage. Call them for your storage pod and moving needs. Visit unitstorage.com. Destination Ann Arbor, the tourism partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Destination Ann Arbor supports our vibrant community by promoting Ann Arbor as a destination of choice for travelers. Check them out at annarbor.org. And A20, sustainability partner of AFC Ann Arbor. A20 supports AFC Ann Arbor's efforts in moving our sustainability initiatives forward, from the elimination of plastic bottles in our concessions to recycled and organic fibers in our team and merch apparel. So we want to thank all the wonderful, amazing sponsors of AFC Ann Arbor. Please help support those who help support the team. Again, it was a fantastic game yesterday as the AFC Ann Arbor women's squad ended up scoring twice in the later portion of the match and ended up winning 2-1 as Union Macomb FC did make a valiant comeback, got it to a one-goal game, but the ladies squad was able to finish it out. And a fantastic job opening the season for the women as they'll take on. Let's take a look at the next upcoming 5 games for the men here. As I caught my director a little unaware there. Sorry about that. So the men are going to be on the road the next 2 on May 14th. It's a doubleheader over in Grand Rapids. That's Wednesday as the women's squad plays Midwest United at 5 o'clock. The men's squad plays Midwest United at 7:30. So if you want to go and cheer on both squads, you can certainly do so. On May 23rd, the men's squad, that's a Friday, visits Macomb Union, Macomb football. That is a 7 p.m. game. Then May 26th, the men return, this time to Pioneer at Hallway Field. That's a Monday, and that will be versus this Lansing City. Or, excuse me, no, forgive me, that's a mess up on that logo. It's Oakland. Forgive me, I didn't change that. So it's Monday, Oakland. That's Memorial Day, so that's an 11 a.m., not 11 p.m. start. And then July 1st, it is a Sunday. Kalamazoo comes over to Hallway Field at Pioneer High School. That is a 3 p.m. game. And then July 7th, Saturday, that's going to be Flint City over at Hallway Field at Pioneer. That's a 7 p.m. game. So that's the next 5 upcoming games. So check those out as we are getting ready to go here. As a good crowd already coming in, folks wearing some nice, see the Main Street Hooligans with their fantastic kits from last season, and folks are coming in simply, if you are coming down to the game, Simply Spanish has a food truck out in front, and they have very tasty food, so you can come on down, get some merch, get some gear, and check out the game. As we'll step back, play a little bit more music here, and then we will have, we'll flip it over to our public address announcer for the when the teams walk out and the starting lineups. I can actually go over some of the starters right now. So let's do that for Lansing. So for Lansing, it is starting. Christini is a starter wearing number 1. Wearing number 4, it's Robeson. Wearing number 5, it's Russell. Wearing number 7, it's Avalos. Wearing number 8, it's Gugamos. Wearing number 10, it's Micaelo. Wearing number 13, it's Dolobaipu. Wearing number 14, it's Stravatio. Wearing number 16, it's Palmer. Wearing number 17, it's De Cosmo. Wearing number 19, it's Schwarzendruber. And that is the starting 11 for Lansing. Over on the Ann Arbor side for AFC Ann Arbor, the mighty 11. The starting keeper is Mosquita, wearing number 1. Wearing number 4 is Mulahans. Wearing number 6 is Genchu. Wearing number 10 is Kyle Pearson. Wearing number 12 is Holt. Wearing number 14 is Avaca. Wearing number 17 is Bay. Wearing number 18 is Benford. Wearing number 19 is Aish. Wearing number 20 is Drew Pearson. And wearing number 21 is Voyne. That is your starting 11 for both of these squads. Again, we'll hear them again after the walkout, and we'll turn things over to our public address announcer. But right now, let's get you a little bit more music as we're waiting for everything to get going here. And thank you very much for being here and cheering for whichever team you're rooting for. Thank you very, very much. to get going here. The substitutes are now down on the benches. As down they are on this side of the field, the Lansing City over to the left, AFC and Arbor over to the right as both squads getting lined up, and we'll turn things over momentarily. As everyone lined up outside the locker room, we're about to get ready here. Here as everyone walking out.
Welcome to Pioneer High School for today's match between your, that's not right, welcome to Saline High School for today's match between your AFC Ann Arbor and Lansing City Football. Tonight, we would like to welcome our friends from Ann Arbor PTO Council. Please visit their table and help support the important work they do. Here are today's starters for Lansing City. Number 1, Jack Christine. Number 4, Joshua Robeson. Number 5, Cole Russell. Number 7, Aiden Avalos. Number 8, Jack Gugamos. Number 10, Guillaume Michaelo. Number 13, Samuel Domobaiku. Number 14, Leo Stravato. Number 16, Jeff Palmer. And number 17, James DeComo. Number 19, Caleb Schwarzengruber. Your coaches for Lansing City are Cody Byan, Connor Gonzalez Jr., and Marco Bernardini. Now, let's meet the starting 11 for your Mighty Oaks. Number 4, Philip Muhas. Number 6, Andre Denshu. Number 10, Kyle Pearson. Number 12, Leora Olds. Number 14, Fofan Tara Aluka. Number 17, Kareem Bashir. Number 18, Luke Bensberg. Number 19, Hayden Eish. Number 20, Drew Pearson. And number 21, Maxence Boyer.
As we are about to get going here.
And in goal, number 1, Jerome Mesquita. Your coach for AFC Ann Arbor are Lucian Popescu, Janny Dragoy, and your head coach, Ron Aslani.
Both these squads getting ready to go here. I'm getting a little strange hum on our field mic, so I'm going to try and keep that down a little bit. I'm not sure exactly where that's coming from, but hopefully we'll get some of the crowd noise and everything here without the field mic, just off of my mic here, as the officials meeting with a representative from each team getting ready to go here. So they get a picture of this starting 11, waiting for final player for Ann Arbor to come over and try and get a number, but the officials talking to both squads. As over there talking is Drew Pearson. Now Drew Pearson's going to join for the nice picture of the starting 11. This Mosquito will go down and patrol the box to our left. It's going to be Christini. Over to the, to the right is going to be Mesquita. Over to the left is going to be Christini. Ann Arbor going from right to left here in this opening half. The women's squad was able to get a win yesterday versus Union FC Macomb. The men trying to start off this season with a big win here today as well. And there's a big science Olympiad going on at Pioneer High School, so lack of parking. So we're here at Saline. You will hear some announcements of the time and the score, as there's currently no scoreboards in operation down on the field. So we're going to try and keep the time on the broadcast up here and try and let you have that and try and manually keep track of the score here. So we're putting just a lot more work on our director, Mike, there, but we appreciate it. That's what happens when you're related to me as you get pulled into the broadcast. Getting set to kick things off. Gugamos set right at inside of the center circle. And we are underway. The ball controlled. Lansing sends it back to their defense. Now trying to chip it ahead down on the near wing. That moved ahead by Stravato. Hold back the other way. Now Ann Arbor with it. Avaca moves it all the way over onto the far wing. Ann Arbor down the far touchline. That's sent back by Holtz. Controlled over onto the near wing. Here comes up onto this near wing. Drew Pearson sends that back. That over to Chenchu. All the way across the way, coming up the far wing. That launched all the way back, trying to get it down, back over there, trying to battle with it is Avaca. Sent back by Lansing, headed up back over there by Bay. The ball down on the far touchline. Ann Arbor sends it all the way back. Mulahans with it on the far wing. Mulahans trying to avoid pressure back over there by number 25, who I don't have on my roster. That ball brought ahead, now launched all the way down into the far corner. That grabbed. Ann Arbor looking for a cross. That ball on the far touchline, that sent right back over as that was Benford with it. The ball stolen away. Here comes Lansing City as that's rolled over. Collected. Sent ahead, trying to bring that ahead is Swarzendruber, that headed. Drew Pearson trying to send it ahead, but that launched all the way back by Palmer. Deep in the defensive third for Ann Arbor. That right over to Mosquito inside the 18. Mosquito moves it over onto the far wing. Now launched all the way down on the far side of the pitch. That headed back up the other direction by Schwarzendruber. Lansing trying to get it through, and that will be offside. That's number 25 for Lansing. We'll see if we can endeavor who that is. It's not a number I had on my roster, but that's all right. That ball sent back over. Collected down on the near wing, Genshu. Now here comes Drew Pearson. Moving ahead to Voyne. Back over, Genshu. Gets it down onto the far wing. That brought ahead. Here comes Mulahans. Tips it right over. Now that trying to fire it ahead. Benford trying to get to it. That played down. Lansing trying to bring it ahead. That ball sent all the way back and tipped right out the near touchline by Mosquito, stopping a rush by Lansing. That'll be a throw-in on the near touchline. As throw-in by Stravato. Calling out signals. Stravato launches it as we are in the 4th minute here. That ball down onto the far wing and blasted all the way back. That is going to make it down on the far touchline and into touch. That'll be a throw in for Lansing as sending that in. All the way down onto the far wing, trying to knock that away was Aish. Ball out the far touchline. Throw in for Ann Arbor. Holtz has it. Holtz sends it. That grab by Benford. Benford trying to turn on it. That is going to be Ann Arbor with a kick. Just on the edge of their defensive third. That ball moved over. Mulahans. Over to Genshu. Genshu trying to feed it ahead. That ball now onto the near wing. Brought ahead there by Bay. Bay sends it all the way across. That over to Mulahans. Mulahans gets it to Benford. Benford up the far touchline. Benford trying to move it across. Back over there was Kyle Pearson, and that ball right on the far touchline. That'll Benford trying to knock it off of a Lansing player. Lansing was not happy, but that pulled right back. With it is Avaka. Now up the near wing, played down, trying to bring it over, and that's going to be a foul. As down to the pitch goes Voyne. Ann Arbor will start back. That back over to Genshu. Genshu gets it back on the near touchline. Genshu arcs it all the way down the pitch. That played down into the attacking third, trying to get to a battle for it is Drew Pearson trying to pull that away, and Avaka in a battle on this near touchline, but that's going to be a ball kicked away quickly by Lansing as they send it down the middle of the pitch. Played down over there as Holtz has it. Holtz gets it right back to Mosquito. Mosquito in the 18. Mosquito rolls it over to Genshu. Genshu back to Mosquito in the 18, trying to avoid pressure back over there by Gugamos. Ball on the far touchline as Benford trying to take it away. That ball out the far touchline. Benford flips that over as Holtz to bring it in. As that ball over on the far touchline. Played back, chipped ahead, and trying to keep it in. Benford couldn't quite keep it in. That ball will go just over midfield, headed back by Lansing. Lansing trying to get it into the attacking third, played down, racing ahead. They have numbers. That ball over onto the near wing, deflected, and it goes all the way over into the far corner, fired ahead by Holtz. Lansing had numbers coming down as a squad of 4 players there, but Ann Arbor did a good job to block that away. Ball into the near corner. Controlled. And that flipped over. That ball set on the 6, ready to go. Dolo Baipu, by the way, is wearing number 25, not wearing number 13. So now that I know who that is, coming ahead with it, grabbing it down there. Voyne trying to move it back. Now that launched ahead by Genshu, played down. Coming ahead, Voyne trying to get across as that goes out, knocked down the near touchline. There'll be a throw-in over here as they'll leave that for Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson gets it in. That ball moved over. Trying to turn on it back over there is Avaka. Avaka add into the top of the 18. Sent back over. With it is Bay. Now over onto the far wing. Trying to get it over to Benford. That knockdown headed the other direction is DeCosmo. DeCosmo moves it all the way back. Now Genshu Gets it right back into the 18. Mosquito moves it over. That ball brought ahead. Drew Pearson over onto the near wing. Drew Pearson, I believe, if I recall from last year, Michigan State player. Ball into the 18. Mosquito. Back over to Mulahans. Mulahans. Up the near wing. Mulahans trying to arc it forward. Played down. Now trying to turn on it back over there is Avaka. Avaka gets it back over to Bay. Bay launches it all the way into the far corner. That played down. Benford over there trying to get across. Benford cuts to the goal line and fired. Played down. And that moved over. Drew Pearson sends it to the top of the 18. Avaka back over. Trying to get in is Bay. Bay feeds it right back over onto the far wing. Benford trying to keep it in. Collision. And that is going to be a whistle. A foul, and that is going to be Lansing. Will kick it away from their defensive third. Here in the 10th minute at Hallway Field, still scoreless between these two squads. The ball back over to the defensive pairing. Now Christini trying to move it ahead. Got it back over to Avalos. Trying to send it right back into the near corner. With that is Palmer. Palmer. Pressure by Ann Arbor. Palmer has it onto the near sideline, or near touchline, excuse me. That fired all the way back, and plucking that up is Mosquito. Mosquito over as we are in the 11th minute here at Saline High School. Mosquito has it right on the edge of the 18. Mosquito brings it out of the 18. Now sends it ahead. That headed right back into the attacking third. Over there for Lansing, trying to get onto it is Schwartzendruber. That ball out the end line. It's going to turn into a set piece here, as that's going to be a corner. Over there to take the corner is Schwartzendruber. Schwartzendruber set up here for first big set piece of the half. Still scoreless here as we are in the 11th minute. Schwartzendruber raises the right hand, arcs it across. That punched out by Mosquito, and that comes all the way over onto the near touchline, trying to hold it in. That will go out. Over for the throw-in on the near touchline. Lansing with it, as that's going to be Stravato. Stravato raises his left hand. Now Stravato trying to arc it into the 18. That's kicked up high. Trying to make it over there was Dolabaipu. That ball still over. Knocked down. Dolabaipu trying to get to it. That all launches high and up and almost made it into a little picnic area to the right of the concession stand. That had a little bit of extra pepper on it. That will be a goal kick as Mosquito gets it set. The official talking over. There is a injured Ann Arbor player, slow to get up. As the trainers come out and try and take a look, I just can't see a number. Slow to get up there. It's good sportsmanship by the crowd clapping. We always like to see that when players from either team manage to get themselves up from an injury. We don't want to see any of these players injured. That's Mulahas, by the way, who's talking to the trainers. As we are in the 13th minute here at Saline High School. 0-0 so far. Both of these squads kind of gather over by their coaching staff, as again the officials and the trainers over there talking. It's Mulahas going over to the sideline, over to the far touchline. Ball set on the 6th. The trainers are coming off. Mulahas has himself set on the far touchline. Mosquito moves that ball back. Ann Arbor ready to kick it away here in the 14th minute. 0-0 is our score. Mosquito ready to send this ball down the pitch. Everyone going further down the pitch. Mosquito puts his right leg into it as that arcs down towards midfield. Headed back by Lansing down the far touchline and out. That will be a throw-in by Ann Arbor. As Holtz ready to throw it in on the far touchline. Holtz lofts it ahead. That ball down and that goes right out. Lansing, quick restart, moves it back over, trying to bring it head back over there is DeCosimo. Now Christini ahead, down onto this near wing, trying to turn with it. Here comes Lansing. That flip back over to Gugamas. And down onto the near wing, trying to get a crossover there. The ball into the near corner. That's Michaelo. Ball sent back down the near touchline. Chip the other direction. Played down by Voyne. Voyne up the near touchline. Voyne trying to move it over. The ball stolen away. Rocketed back by Lansing. Sent ahead. Here comes Dolabaipu. Dolabaipu ends up down on the pitch. He pleads his case. That ball controlled by Ann Arbor. Back over Benford. Sends it all the way over to Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson moves it back over to Genshu. Genshu over on the far side to Mulahans. Mulahans back over. Mosquito launches it. As that ball brought all the way back. Controlled now. Here comes Ann Arbor. Genshu gets it right over to Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson coming ahead with it. Drew Pearson gets it back. Now moved back towards midfield. That brought ahead by Aish. All the way down into the 18. That grab by Christini. Now Lansing sends a low line drive kick right to midfield. Trying to turn on it and bring it up there is Gugamas. Gugamas into the near corner. That goes out the near touchline. That will be Ann Arbor ball. As that ball moved over by Aish. Now launched ahead, picked up over onto the far wing, calling out signals. That's Benford. Now trying to bring ahead. Grabbed over there by Avaka. Avaka back over to Benford. That over onto the far touchline, trying to send it back, trying to get it over to Holtz, and that out the far touchline. Here in the 17th minute, almost approaching the 18th minute, still scoreless. Lansing with the throw-in on the far touchline. Ball lofted in. Ann Arbor turning with it, bringing ahead is Holtz. Holtz down the far touchline out. That's going to be Ann Arbor's ball. Benford has it on the far touchline. Or no, excuse me. That's Holtz with it. Holtz. That ball over Avaka with it. Playing it back. Avaka sends it back to midfield. Now Mulahas over to Genshu. Genshu up the near swing. That pulled is Voye. Gets it back to Genshu. Genshu over to Mulahas. Mulahas moves it. Avaka gets it right back over to Aish. Aish right over midfield. Ann Arbor controls. Genshu races down the near wing. Genshu over midfield. Genshu launches it. That ball knocked away. Good defense by Lansing. Is that back over there? I think that was Palmer who knocked that away. That goes out the near touchline. That is going to be Lansing with the throw-in, as that throw-in by Palmer. Ball back into the 18, moved over across the way by DeCosimo. Ball up the far touchline. Here comes Ann Arbor trying to sneak it through into the 18. And pulled and launched all the way back by Palmer. That ball played down at midfield, moved over by Bay for Ann Arbor. Now Genshu has it. Genshu on the near wing. Genshu all the way across at the Mulahans. Mulahans moves it ahead. Up over on that far wing, it's Holtz. Holtz back over to Mulahas. Mulahas over to Genshu. Genshu on the near side. Back over to Mulahas on the far wing. Mulahas stops, trying to avoid pressure. Over to Avada. Now tried to bring it back the other direction. Here comes Dolabaipu over on the near touchline. That'll go out as Drew Pearson making sure it went out off of Lansing. Drew Pearson with the throw-in on the near touchline. We are in the 20th minute here. Still scoreless between these two squads. As that ball headed back towards midfield is Voyne. Trying to get that, and that will be a kick by Ann Arbor as Drew Pearson gets it set just inside the middle third. Gets it back over to Genshu. Genshu all the way over to Mulahans. Mulahans gets it right back from Aish. Now Aish moves it on the far touchline. Sent back over to Aish. Aish back over. That'll come back to Mosquito. Mosquito over to Genshu. Genshu trying to avoid pressure by Lansing. Rockets it forward. That knocked down. Sent the other direction by Palmer. Is coming in. That knocked down. Offside the call. As that ball will come out, Dolabaipu looked like he was breaking away, but got ahead of the ball and the defense. Launched all the way over, down on the far touchline. Rocketed ahead, trying to get to it into the near corner. Battle for it is Voyne, trying to get across. Voyne stops, masterful dribbling. Voyne sends it across, played down, chipped back over. Now trying to play it in there is Bay. The ball moved back, all the way moved over by Aish. Now sent back deep. Mosquito gets it ahead. Here comes Aish. Aish feeds it down that far touchline. Benford ends up down on the pitch over there, and that looks like that's going to be a kick for Ann Arbor inside the attacking third, so a good opportunity for the Mighty Oak. Holtz there for the kick. You got an extra soccer ball. Again, not pinball. You can't have two balls on the pitch. As Genshu over there with Holtz. Both gathered around the ball, talking things over. The officials get folks where they want. Again, good opportunity for Ann Arbor here in the just entered the 23rd minute. Now Genshu sends the ball into the 18. Fired down onto that far wing. Now racing ahead with it is Gugamas. Gugamas down on that far touchline. Gugamas. That ball pulled way back over there. Good job to knock it away. That's sent back over by Voyne. All the way down, trying to stop it from going out the near touchline. That ball moved ahead over to Kyle Pearson. Kyle Pearson. That deflected back. Genshu up the far side of the pitch. Voyne trying to blast it back, that into the visitor stands off of a Lansing player. So poor ball boy will have to go on a search for that one. Try and hop a couple fences. They are much more flexible than I am. That pulled back, coming the other direction. Here comes Mikaelo. Trying to pull it back. Good job back there by Holtz. That ball out the end line. Mikaelo had it, and good job by the Ann Arbor defense to make sure that went out the end line, turning into a goal kick here for Mosqueda. As the ball set here in the 24th minute. Mosqueda back in the 18, bringing it forward. Mosqueda trying to arc it over Dolabaipu. That comes back, headed by Lansing, played down and moved over by Aish. Back over onto the far wing for Mulahans. Looking up the pitch and puts it over onto the far touchline. That was brought ahead by Holtz. Now back over. Genshu has it on the near wing. Genshu gets it over to Mulahans. Mulahans trying to feed it up the center of the pitch. That headed back the other direction. Moved by Palmer. Right into the middle. Racing ahead with it. Here comes Voyne. Over onto the far wing. Grabbed there. Trying to turn on it. That got knocked out the end line. That is going to be a corner as Benford trying to get the cross. But the defense back there, as that was Robeson who stopped that rush for Ann Arbor. Now it's going to be Genshu taking that corner. So you hear the Main Street hooligans trying to get this crowd all fired up here. Genshu ready for a big set piece here in the 26th minute. Still scoreless, both arms raised by Genshu. Head up and headed up by Drew Pearson, and that'll go out the end line. That is going to be a goal kick. It's Christini will take it there. Christini quickly over, that gets it back in the 18. Christini lifts it high, arcing. Genshu puts it right back on the near touchline. Voyne trying to come down the near touchline. Voyne looking to get across. That knocked out the near touchline back over there by Palmer. It's going to be a throw in by Drew Pearson as he'll have it on that near touchline in the attacking third. We're in the 27th minute, still scoreless. All trying to turn on it, down on the pitch. Goes Bay. And that is going to be an opportunity for Ann Arbor, as they're going to have, again, a kick in the attacking third. As Benford brings it over. Benford gets it set. Again, another big set piece here in the 27th minute this time. Ann Arbor would love to break open the scoring here. Lansing wants to get a stop and a big counter. Benford, there's the whistle. Raises both hands. Benford chips it up over to the far side. That knocked down. Drew Pearson moved it over. There's a blast as that got knocked down. Excellent opportunity for a vodka. And it turns into a goal kick. As Avaka had a great opportunity there, and it just... Ball played up. Grab there is trying to bring it ahead. Dolabaipu. Knocked down. Here comes Ann Arbor. That over to Voyne. Voyne trying to move to the top of the 18. Now that rocketed over by Aish, and that will go out the far touchline. That is going to be Lansing's ball. Throw it on the far touchline by Lansing. Dolabaipu trying to get to it. That knocked out by Aish. Another throw in by Lansing. Played down, trying to get it across is Schwarzenduber. Schwartz and Druber, that's stolen away by Ann Arbor. Moved over. Voyne with it. Voyne over. Now that fired out in front, and an opportunity is Kyle Pearson put it right out in front, and that knocked out. Drew Pearson quickly with the throw in over to Voyne. Voyne trying to get it across. Voyne gets it back. Voyne chipped over into the near corner for her. Drew Pearson, that's sent out. That is going to be a throw-in on the near touchline. Drew Pearson throws it in. Drew Pearson gets it back. That ball up, trying to play it down. Now that rocketed high up in the air by Bay, and that goes out the end line. Again, goal kick there for Christini for Lansing. We are in the 30th minute here. Scoreless from Saline High School between AFC and Arbor and Lansing City football. Ball down on the near touchline. That collision there is Drew Pearson and Dolabaipu ended up colliding. Dolabaipu pleads his case. Dolabaipu having a conversation. Is that a card in the official's hand? I can't quite tell. No, it doesn't look like it. So no, didn't look like a yellow card, but Dolabaipu again wanting his side of it explained out. Back over to Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson up the near touchline. Sends it back over to Genshu. Genshu all the way across. That over to Mosquito. Mosquito gets it over to Mulahans. Mulahans back to Mosquito. Mosquito trying to feed it ahead. Racing with it. That ball over to Bay. Bay trying to feed it down the far touchline. Racing ahead with it. That ball shot over. Trying to get to it again. A collision. There's a yellow card. As Benford went down, yellow card. That is to DeCosimo. So DeCosimo picks up a yellow card. That is going to be, again, a kick for Ann Arbor just inside the attacking third. Going to be right on the edge as Holtz gets it back. Genshu on the other side as Genshu stops, fakes it. Now Holtz chips it into the 18. That headed up and goes just out the end line. Good opportunity on the head, but it just went to the near side of the woodwork. As Mulahas looking to break open the scoring. And Lansing methodical about bringing this ball up. They haven't really been blasting it from the goal kicks. Ball over onto the near wing, trying to bring it up is Stravato. Stravato. Ball pulled away. Genshu ended up down on the pitch there as that's going to be a restart. Genshu helped up. Now Drew Pearson moves it back. Aish over onto the far wing. Mulahans gets it on that far touchline. That rolled right back over. Mulahas. Back over to Mosquito. Mosquito just outside the 18. Mosquito launches it down that far wing. Played down over there by Benford. Benford, that back over. Here comes Bay. Bay trying to feed it ahead back to Benford. Benford coming up, trying to slip it past Lansing. Trying to feed it over. Dolabaipu trying to pull that away. Moved right back. Mulahas over to Genshu. Genshu over to Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson on the near touchline. Drew Pearson looking to turn on it. Drew Pearson towards the center of the pitch. Now he moves it all the way over onto the far wing. That's Benford with it. Benford arcs it into the 18. That played down. Grabbed, headed the other direction is Michaelo. All the way back, played down by Mosquito. Mosquito over to Mulahans. Mulahans gets it back from Aish. Here in the 33rd minute. Almost in the 34-minute mark. Back over to Makita. comes Voyne. Voyne trying to get past the defense. Voyne coming in. Voyne blasted, and that went off of a defender. Good opportunity, but that went off of Russell's back. And it's going to be Genshu over for the corner here in the 34th minute. Still scoreless. Genshu has that ball set. Ball moved over. Benford trying to move it back over to Genshu. Genshu arcs it across, headed back up by Lansing City. Played down. There's a launch, and boy, Kyle Pearson. That just went about a foot over the crossbar. And goal kick here by Christini. Now in the 35th minute. Ball moved ahead, played down. Voyne gets it over. That's sent back. Top of the, over to Avaka. On the far wing, trying to bring it out. Russell over there. Ball played down. Now here comes Dolabaipu. Dolabaipu launches it all the way down the far touchline. Racing over, trying to get to it first is Russell. Russell in that far corner, and that goes out. Holtz with the throw-in on the far touchline. Holtz gets it over. Genshu with it. Now Genshu over. Mesquita. Mesquita out at the edge of the 18. Mesquita over. Benford moves it back over to Mulahans. Mulahans arcs it all the way down the pitch, trying to get to a good defense back there by Lansing to move it ahead. Still working his way up the pitch. And sent back down over onto the near wing, but that was DeCosimo. Managed to avoid a couple Ann Arbor players and get that out of his own defensive third. DeCosimo trying to move it up. Now that's sent back over. Racing ahead with it is Schwartzendruber. Ball on the far touchline, back over Lansing, trying to send it across into the 18. Launched and grabbed. Mesquita grabs it right in front of the far post. Mosquito looking to send it away. We do want to thank again a number of wonderful sponsors. Diaza, the team apparel partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Check out the new 2025 jerseys available at the merch booth in youth, men's, and women's sizes. Wear the jersey the team wears. You can get yourself your own AFC Ann Arbor kit. Is that sent top of the 18? Dolabaipu trying to get to it. That launched all the way down and out the far touchline. Also want to thank Polestar in Detroit, the electric vehicle partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Thank you for their support of AFC Ann Arbor. Injured Ann Arbor player down at the edge of the 18. We want to thank YMCA, the fitness partner of AFC Ann Arbor. I want to thank Ann Arbor YMCA for their support of AFC Ann Arbor for 2025. Bank of Ann Arbor, the title sponsor. By the way, that is Mulahans, again, who was down at the top of the 18, getting tied up there. As the official getting things ready. Good, nice sportsmanship there by Dolabaipu, giving a nice little slap of the palms there over to Mulahans. Love to see that. And Bank of Ann Arbor, the title sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank them for 10 mighty years of continued support. Bank of Ann Arbor is here to help. That ball set, as this will be A kick inside the attacking third. Back there is Schwarzendruber. Has it just inside the far touchline, about 10 or so yards inside the attacking third. Everyone's set up here in the 39th minute. That ball arced in. Grab! Good job by Mosquito. Mosquito quickly throws it down onto the near wing. That brought ahead. Voyne with it. Voyne coming down the numbers. Voyne. That knocked down. Good defense back over there. The ball sent back up by Lansing City. Over. Drew Pearson over to Genshu. Genshu trying to avoid pressure. Drew Pearson has it. Drew Pearson moves it back. Excuse me, that's Genshu. Drew Pearson ahead to Bay. Bay trying to move it over. Now Benford puts it into the 18. Dribbling over. A shot and a goal! AFC Ann Arbor is putting it in. Number 10, Kyle Pearson, beautifully set up. And Ann Arbor takes the 1-0 lead. One to nothing, Ann Arbor with the lead down onto the near touchline. That brought ahead. Trying to work his way ahead. Back over there is Mikaelu. Ball sent across. And 1-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Drew Pearson has it. We're in the 41st minute. Ball sent back, played down over on the near touchline. As that ball is sent down all the way over, Lansing City trying to bring it ahead. All the way down the far touchline, trying to move it across. Good job to fire it down and trying to keep it in. Just couldn't do it. But back there, Holtz did a good job to slow down that rush. As racing ahead was Robeson, trying to get a good opportunity to get this game all knotted up. Ann Arbor 1-0 with the lead here in the 43rd minute. Ball tipped back, launched ahead by Holt, played down by Lansing right at midfield. Trying to move it ahead, trying to get it over to Stravato. Stravato on the near touchline. Stravato still battling back there. Now they're pulled ahead. Here comes Voyne. Voyne trying to move it over to Avaca. Avaca. That ball sent right back. Avaca trying to challenge. That fired ahead by Russell all the way back into the 18. Grab by Mosquito. Mosquito with an excellent job there. Mosquito puts it high, arcing kick. Headed back over to Voyne. Voyne dribbles down the near wing and he goes down on the pitch. That will be A kick for Ann Arbor just in the middle third here in the 44th minute. So we have approximately 1 minute 50 seconds left before stoppage time. And ball set. Palmer having his say there as Drew Pearson will get the ball set. Pearson over there with Jen Chu. Now Jen Chu heads back. Pearson gets that ball set just where he wants it. One minute before stoppage time, ball popped back, and that will go out. That should end up being, that is going to be a goal kick for Lansing. As we are in the 45th minute, 1-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Christini moved over quickly ahead. Trying to turn on it and bring it ahead is Michaelo. Michaelo all the way down onto the far touchline. Trying to feed it over to Schwarzendruber. That goes out. So we approach stoppage time here. And we should be right in stoppage time now.
Now in stoppage time. You're welcome.
That ball over on the far wing, Mulahans sends it over. Mesquita, that launched by Genchu, headed back the other direction, back over there by Palmer. And that will go out. So 3 minutes of stoppage time. Ann Arbor with the ball on the near touchline, looking to feed it ahead, headed back up towards midfield. Lansing controls, launches it all the way down the pitch. That will come down and head it out the near touchline by Genchu. The opportunity here in the attacking third is a throw in by Stravato. Stravato, that up high, over, played down. As trying to pop it over, Benfords ends up down on the pitch. And that is going to be it's like Mulahans to kick it away. Mulahans. Now that's going to be Mesquita. We're in stoppage time here. 3 minutes worth of stoppage time as we're probably just about halfway through that. Mesquita moves it down, headed back by Lansing towards midfield. That popped up high back there by Bay. Launched back just above ice. And sent down the far touchline. Back over, turning on it back over there is Robeson. Robeson down the far touchline. Moves it ahead as that's pulled away. Here comes Bay. Launch back, but there's going to be a whistle. And here in stoppage time, 1-0, Ann Arbor with the lead over Lansing. Lansing trying to quickly get this kick away, and they're going to have to move it back. Ball sent all the way across over to the Cosimo. Chip back, played down. Trying to launch it ahead is Aish. Now playing it ahead. Here comes Ann Arbor in, trying to work his way past was Holtz. That ball sent right back. Dolabaipu trying to turn on it. Offside the call. and that will be half at the end of the first half. It is Ann Arbor 1 and Lansing City Football 0. As let's talk a little bit about, again, those wonderful sponsors, and then we'll play a little bit of music for you.
AFC Ann Arbor 1, Lansing City 0.
So again, you can check out 820, the sustainability partner of AFC Ann Arbor. 820 supports AFC Ann Arbor's efforts in moving our sustainability incentives forward, from the elimination of the plastic bottles in our concession to the recycled and organic fibers in our team and merch apparel. Destination Ann Arbor, the tourism partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Destination Ann Arbor supports our vibrant community by promoting Ann Arbor as a destination of choice for travelers. Check them out at annarbor.org. Units Moving and Storage, the storage partner for AFC Ann Arbor. Call Units Moving and Storage and have them get you a storage pod and moving needs. You can visit them at unitstorage.com. We want to thank the Ann Arbor District Library for their incredible support of the Mighty Oak and all they do for the Ann Arbor community. We want to thank Lewis Jewelers for their support of AFC Ann Arbor. Lewis Jewelers, your diamond store. Wickfield Properties, we want to thank them for 10 years of support housing the visiting players of AFC Ann Arbor. By the way, out on the pitch right now is the Saline women's soccer team. They were undefeated in the regular season, so they're being honored out there right now. So they will head undefeated into the playoffs, and a couple local teams will battle there. Bank of Ann Arbor is the title sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Bank of Ann Arbor for 10 mighty years of continued support. Bank of Ann Arbor helps. YMCA, the fitness partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Ann Arbor YMCA for their support for 2025. Polestar Detroit, the electric vehicle partner of AFC Ann Arbor. And, of course, Diaza, the team apparel partner for AFC Ann Arbor. Check those new 2025 jerseys out at the merch booth, or go to afcannarbor.com. So, again, we want to thank and honor the Saline High School women's soccer team, undefeated and ranked number 1 in the state. So that's why they came out there for a bit. Let us now turn over, and we'll play a bit of music, and we'll come back here as at the end of the first half, it is Ann Arbor 1, Lansing City 0. As we are about to get going here, it is 1-0. Ann Arbor with the lead over Lansing. Ann Arbor now going from left to right here in this second half. Again, kind of like yesterday, we have the moon above the light post there. Yeah, almost in the same spot. Beautiful out here as, oops, I need to get my binoculars. That would help, wouldn't it? As we are about to get underway. Ball set right in the center circle. There is the whistle. Is that ball back? Controlled, fired ahead by Avaka. Now sent back over to Jenshu. All the way over to Mulahans. Back over to Jenshu coming up the far side of the pitch. Jenshu moves it over. Good job defeated ahead by Avaka. Ball back. Here comes Lansing. Coming down the near wing, trying to turn on it. That fired back that was Dolabaipu. Had that opportunity. And all the way out to play it is Christini. Christini moves it over. That blasted ahead by Palmer. Ball played down, chipped over onto the far side by Kyle Pearson, the lone goal scorer for Ann Arbor. Ball back over to Mulahans. On to the Mulahans on the near wing. And back over to Mesquita. Now Jenshu with it. Jenshu feeds it up the far wing. Now Kyle Pearson launches it. That all the way down to Benford. Benford on the near wing. Benford. Oh, that ball kicked away. Good defense. I believe that was Robeson over there. It was. Who sends it all the way back to the defensive pairing for Ann Arbor. Mulahas with it. Back in his own defensive third. So we're here in the 47th minute, 1-0. Ann Arbor with the lead. Benford trying to get past as he ends up down on the pitch. That is going to be a throw-in for Lansing. As Russell to throw it in. Russell trying to get it back over to Dolabaipu. That headed up over there by Schwarzendruber. Ball back. Sent back over by DeCosimo. Knocked down. Now coming ahead. Good job to pull that away by Lopez. Oh, Mosquito sends it down the far side of the pitch. Headed back down, played over, trying to get to it was Bay. Ball back over to Jenshu. That ahead. Battle for it on the far touchline. That controlled by Lansing. Lopez trying to go over and challenge that ball. Sent all the way back over to Christini. Christini outside the 18. Christini. As Russell to his left. Christini. Chips it down. That played down, grabbing it. That's going to be a whistle. It's going to be a foul on Ann Arbor. Lansing will have it in the middle third, just over midfield. Russell back to kick it away. One 0 Ann Arbor with the lead here in the 49th minute. As an Ann Arbor player ended up down, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he stepped on someone's foot and rolled his ankle. I think that might be Jenshu, who I didn't see. Everyone was back over there, and all of a sudden, Jenshu was down on the pitch. So hopefully he'll be all right. Looks like they're helping him up. So there's the round of applause from both these fan bases. Love the sportsmanship and slowly coming off. And I believe that's Jenshu. His shorts are just ridden up enough where I can't get the number off of there. As he has some water over on the sideline. Hopefully he'll be okay. That might well have been just a cramp over on the near side. Again, indeed, that is Genshu. So he's trying to stretch out his left leg, and we hope that he'll be all right as he's getting some help from the trainer. But cramping is not a good feeling out there. That's Palmer set to fire it away. That's DeCosmo. DeCosmo trying to send it. Good job to head it away by Ann Arbor. Played down. Trying to move it ahead down this near way. Coming with it is Lopez. Lopez feeds it down onto the far touchline. Working his way over. That was Voyne. He was dispossessed coming the other direction. Here comes Lansing City. As that went down, as trying to move it ahead was Palmer. That ball on the far wing. Lansing City, that headed back, right back to midfield. Trying to feed it ahead is Kyle Pearson. That ball played back over, now coming ahead with it. That's going to be Elvios. Here comes Ann Arbor down the near wing, firing it ahead to Benford. Benford looking for a cross. Benford nifty dribbling. Benford moves it all the way. Now trying to get past was Lopez, but he's dispossessed. That ball all the way back as that will roll into the defensive third for Ann Arbor. An opportunity for Ann Arbor, but good defense by Lansing City. Mulahans moves it over to Mesquita. Mesquita all the way over onto the far wing. And it's brought back over as that was Bay who sent it over. Now launched down. Touchdown, racing over. Here comes Kyle Pearson. Lone goal scorer trying to get over to Benford. Benford looking for a cross. That ball over and grabbed by Cristini. Cristini through traffic, raced over and plucked that up. Lansing has it on the center of the pitch. Trying to bring it ahead back there, Darnell. Ball down on the far touchline. Here comes Dulabaipu. Dulabaipu. Challenge there. That ball back to midfield as Lopez ends up down on the pitch. Ball over onto the far touchline. The hooligans let their displeasure be known. Lopez trying to get to that ball. Lopez in a battle. That moved right over to Alvaca. Here comes Benford. Benford on the edge of the 18. Benford with the shot. That grab by Cristini. Good job. Alvaca got it over to Benford. Benford with an excellent opportunity. But a good save by Cristini. Ball played back over. DeCosimo. With it, DeCosimo, low line drive kick. Played down now, launched ahead by Bay. Bay gets over to Benford. Benford over to Avaca. Avaca down onto the far wing. With it over there. That left for Kyle Pearson. Kyle Pearson, a shot. That batted away over onto the near wing. Benford has it there. Benford chips that over to Holtz. Holtz trying to make a move and a shot, and that just goes over the crossbar. An opportunity. Kyle Pearson looking for the brace, and he just got a little too much power, and that sailed on him. But a good opportunity.
For AFC Ann Arbor, replacing number 19, Hayden Eiche, is number 9, Jordy Lopez.
So Lopez in for Eiche. Cristini on the edge of the 18, moves that down. Dolabaipu trying to get to it. That ball right at midfield, chipped ahead, and that is going to be a foul and a yellow card to Avadka. As that ball sent as Avaka into the book. Ball over the Cosimo. Trying to move it ahead. Now here comes Ugasmos. Ball back, picking it up is Mosquito. The edge of the 18, Dolabaipu providing pressure back there.
AFC and Arbor's number 14, Fofana Taro Abubakari.
Benford trying to move it over. That chipped right back, and is trying to get it over to Holtz, and that just out of his reach. But that is going to be Ann Arbor with the kick. So again, down is Jenshu. Jenshu been dealing with some lower body injuries. It looks like Jenshu coming off, and it looks like Martin coming in for him. So Jenshu gets a well-earned break as he played tough and hard.
AFC Ann Arbor, replacing number 6, Andre Jenshu, is number 15, Oliver Martin.
So Martin in for Ann Arbor. Ball set. Mulahans ready to kick it away. He gets that down and then gets it back from Bay. Mulahans. It's it over to Mosquito. Trying to bring it ahead. That ball knocked away. Coming in. Dolabaipu with it. Dolabaipu, that knocked away. Ball loose. Lansing with it. Trying to turn on it as they send it back. Top of the 18. Over onto the far wing. Has a good job to knock that away. Here comes Ann Arbor racing down the middle of the pitch. Trying to feed it ahead. And plucked up down here. Now coming ahead with it is Kyle Pearson. Kyle Pearson moves it into the box. Trying to send that back over. Knocked down by Lansing. Trying to turn on it. Voyne. That ball sent all the way back as Ann Arbor. A couple opportunities there. Not able to connect and put it in. Ann Arbor with the throw, and we are in the 57th minute here. 1-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. That ball thrown in by Bay. Battle for it. Here comes Benford. Benford down the near touchline. Benford. Right on the end line. Benford. That knocked away. So that ball is going to be Lansing's ball deep in their defensive third. Here in the 58th minute. Ball control now. The Cosimo. All the way across, down onto the far wing, back over to DeCosimo. DeCosimo. Trying to feed it ahead. Dolabaipu trying to move it. That controlled by Ann Arbor. Over to Bay on the near wing. Bay. Sends it back. Mulahans. All the way across. Now Drew Pearson has it on the far wing. Back over to Mulahans. Mulahans. Up the center of the pitch. Mulahans. Over to Bay. Bay has it on the near touchline. Bay over to Benford. Benford. Back to Bay. Bay. Pressure coming. All the way over to Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson feeds that ahead. Holtz coming down the far wing. Now that chipped. Trying to get to it. Shot as that will go out the end line. Lopez trying to get in and get past it, but that knocked out the end line. That is going to be a corner kick. Drew Pearson here for this set piece. Here in the 59th minute at Saline High School, it is Ann Arbor 1, Lansing City Football 0. All set for Drew Pearson. Both hands raised. Right foot all the way across the 18. That comes over, and that will roll out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in on the near touchline here for Lansing. So that's Russell with the throw-in on the near touchline. Russell Launches it down, that headed back by Bay. Now moved over as Kyle Pearson had it. Avadka gets it back. Avadka over to Bay on the near touchline. Bay arcs it across. Oh, trying to head it in and just almost getting there, but the timing just a little off. Voyne really had an opportunity. I think he got there just a little ahead of when he expected the ball to get there, and that caused some timing issues. Now Christini with it. Here in the 60th minute, 1-0 Ann Arbor with the lead. Ball played down. Avaka moved it ahead. Now that pulled back. That was Martin trying to get to it. Here comes Lansing down the far touchline. Moved ahead and out the far touchline. As bringing it ahead there was Stravato, and that one just out the far touchline. Again, out. Again, that's going to be a throw-in. Back over there. Michaelo with the throw-in. Michaelo. It's it all the way back over on that far touchline as Stravato across as that's chipped. Here comes Bay. Bay sends it down the near touchline. Benford with it. Benford into the attacking third. Benford looking for a cross. Benford moves it. That headed out the end line. As that will be Ann Arbor earning themselves a corner. Here in the 62nd minute. Drew Pearson again in to take this corner as he comes to the near corner. Right hand raised for Drew Pearson. Moves that over, sent back. Drew Pearson on the edge of the 18. Now, out. Drew Pearson trying to get people set. That's going to be another corner here for Ann Arbor. Trying to take advantage of this set piece. Low kick. That over, back. Drew Pearson moves it over. Kyle Pearson sets it right in between. Played down. Voyne trying to get to it, but that headed back towards midfield. Popped up high by Martin. That ball over onto the far wing. Played down over there. Benford trying to get a piece of it. And it's sent the other direction by Lansing. Ball down onto the far wing. Here comes Lansing. Racing ahead with it. Down onto this near wing. The Cosimo had it. That's sent out the near touchline by Bay. Quick throw in by Lansing. They move it back all the way across as Russell feeds it over to the Cosimo. The Cosimo trying to get it over here to Gugamos. Gugamos. And knocked away. Sent over by Bay. Turning on it. Here comes Ann Arbor as that's launched all the way down the pitch. Trying to move to it. Here comes Kyle Pearson. Kyle Pearson gets it across that in. And a goal by AFC Ann Arbor. Kyle Pearson set it up. And putting it in was Lopez. Lopez fires that in here in the 64th minute. Lopez up for the Ann Arbor goal. Beautiful job by Drew Pearson to set it up and Lopez to finish it off. And it's 2-0 Ann Arbor with the lead. The women had a win on their opening game of the season yesterday, 2-1. The men trying to follow suit today and open up. But this Lansing City football team is going to try and rain on the parade. That ball set right at midfield. Dolabaipu with it there.
The score is now AFC Ann Arbor 2, Lansing City 0. We are now in the 65th minute of play.
So You're in the 65th minute. Couple substitutions happening. As coming in for Ann Arbor is Lucas. Was that Benford who went out? I believe so. Also in for Ann Arbor is Cacao. Now looking to be substituted in. Well, no, Stravato was already in, so he's just on the near touchline. Forgive me. That ball back. The Cosimo. Over onto the far touchline. Lansing controls. As Kyle Pearson trying to knock that away. Ball loose right at midfield. Now control being brought across. That's sent across by
Substitutions for AFC Ann Arbor, number 18, Luke Benford, is replaced by
Scorsoni. All the way back onto the near touchline. That up high, and that'll go into the stands. That'll make its way. Man, that made its way up above the lower stands there. That was a heck of a boot. It's been a couple times we've had a ball come this way, but it would take a heck of a leg to get it up where we are. Headed back by Ann Arbor is Kyle Pearson. Over onto the near wing, trying to work his way free is Lucas. Now that's sent all the way towards midfield. Here comes Lopez, who scored the last goal. Lopez racing ahead with it, trying to set up Kyle Pearson, and that knocked down and sent the other direction by Lansing. Down onto this near wing battle forward is Russell trying to poke that away. That was number 5. Palmer now launches it all the way down. Mesquita dives on it. We are in the 67th minute here at Hornet Stadium. Mesquita rolls it over onto the far wing. That fired ahead by Drew Pearson. Now with it over there is Cacao. That ball out the far touchline. That will be a throw-in. As with it over there is Gugamos. Ball back. The Cosimo trying to avoid pressure by Lopez. Ball back over to Cristini. All the way across on the far side. The Cosimo sends it over there. That ball right on the far touchline, trying to chip it ahead. That goes out as they were trying to get that over to Dolabaipu. Throw in by Ann Arbor. Drew Pearson rolls it over. Mesquita onto the near wing for Bay. Bay trying to avoid charging pressure by Lansing. Now Kyle Pearson moves it back over. Mulahans with it. Mulahans back over to Mesquita. Now back over to Mesquita. Mesquita sends it. Lots of pressure. Bay trying to move it ahead. Down on this near wing is Lucas. Coming ahead with it. Lucas trying to feed it as that's sent out the near touchline by Palmer. That'll be a throw in for Ann Arbor. Bay trying to get it back. That headed back. Now turning on it back over there is Mikaelo. Over Dolabaipu had it. Knocked away as that will be a restart. Dolabaipu ended up down on the pitch. Lansing City quickly trying to catch Ann Arbor unawares. That down into the near corner, trying to send it across is Stramato.
was replaced by number 20, Josh
Mason in. Just trying to bring it ahead is Lucas. That ball all the way down onto the far wing. Cow over there. That blasted off of a defender, Lansing. And all the way over out the near touchline. We are in the 70th minute here at Hornet Stadium. As Lucas trying to find his way past
We are
the
now in the 70th
Lansing
minute of play.
defense. Ball down, now coming ahead with it is Martin. Martin trying to weave his way through traffic that's sent all the way over. Cacao on the far touchline. Cacao trying to get it over. Shot there, knocked down out in front. Is a good opportunity for Holtz, but that brought back over. Dolabaipu trying to get to it onto the near wing. Now Lucas trying to come across the top of the 18. Lucas comes over onto the far wing. Shadow just goes wide. To the near side of the woodwork. That goes out. That will be a goal kick. All set, moved over. Up the far touchline. Here comes Lansing. Racing ahead with it. And ball moved over, intercepted. Avaca with it, back over. Mosquito puts it all the way down onto the near touchline. That'll go out. That will be Lansing with the throw-in. It's Palmer with it. Palmer lofts it in. That ball back. Trying to turn on it is Bay. Bay trying to use his body to protect it. Bay sends it down the pitch. That knocked right back up high by Lansing. Moved back over by Mulahas. Now Lopez trying to turn on it. Lopez feeds it down the far side of the pitch. Here comes Cacao. Cacao down the far touchline. Cacao in the attacking third. Cacao puts it down onto the far end, and that goes out. Trying to set it up back over there for Holtz. And ball will be set back. Moved over. To Cosimo. Launched it ahead, coming up the far touchline. Dolabaipu has it. As Cacao trying to knock that away. That lofted right down. Played down by Lucas, but knocked away. Now racing ahead with it. Here comes Avaca. Avaca down onto the near wing. Lopez trying to get across as that ball still in the 18. Now it's launched all the way back out down the far touchline. Lansing controls back there. Sent back over by Christini. Now bringing it ahead is Swarzendruber. Ball knocked down and out the near touchline. Stravato with the throw-in on the near touchline. Stravato over to Swarzendruber. Now trying to bring it across. Swarzendruber launches it all the way down the far touchline. Played down there, trying to come away with it as a slide tackle by Cacao as he dispossesses Gugamos. As Gugamos had it, Cacao moves it down the far touchline, and that'll go out the far touchline. Throw-in by Lansing. Drew Pearson trying to get it away from Dolabaipu. That goes out the end line. That is going to be a corner. Again, big opportunity here for Lansing. 2-0. And Arbor with the lead. That is going to be Michaelo to take the corner. Michaelo arcs it across. That headed out. Good job feeding it out there by Holtz. Ball now coming top of the 18. Played down, launched and grabbed. Good job by Mosquito. Mosquito with it in the 18 here in the 74th minute. 2-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. It's a chance of awesome goalie out there by the Hooligans. Cacao coming up the far side of the pitch. Cacao into the attacking third, now moves it back. Ball over to Martin. Martin shifts it. Grab by Mulahans. Mulahans over to Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson gets that. Vodka goes down to the pitch. That is going to be a yellow card. So yellow card there. I believe that was on Russell. I think that was the number 5 there. Vodka down as he's getting his right leg stretched out.
Yellow card on Lansing City's number 5, Cole Russell.
So that ball will come back. Russell into the book. Still getting that leg stretched out is Vodka.
We are now in the 76th minute of play.
So Vodka is still down. The trainers come out as his teammates trying to get that leg stretched out. By the way, the game time temperature down to 70 degrees. It was 77 when we started. As they continue to work on Vodka. They continue to work on Vodka. We do want to thank all the wonderful sponsors, and I as soon as I started to do that, Vodka popped up, so he's okay. So ball set, ready to kick it just on the edge of the attacking third. Believe, yep, that is Drew Pearson with the ball ready to go here.
We thank the Ann Arbor District Library for their incredible support of the Mighty Oak and for all they do for the Ann Arbor community. Thank you, Ann Arbor District Library.
Ball set, Drew Pearson back, ready to kick it away. Ann Arbor would love to extend this lead. Ball into the 18, popped up. Now trying to get that, knocked away. Good job by the Lansing defenses. That's chipped all the way back. Trying to get it back to Dolabaipu. Dolabaipu looking for a counter. Dolabaipu just on the edge of the 18. Now Dolabaipu looking for a cross. That knocked away. Bay sends it out the near touchline. Here in the 78th minute at Hornet Stadium. Stravato with the throw-in on the near touchline. 2-0. Ann Arbor with the lead. Stravato just in the corner here. Stravato launches it. That headed up. Launch towards the top of the 18. Again, another head by Ann Arbor. Now Lansing responds. Here comes Cacao. Cacao feeds it over. Lopez racing down the far touchline. Lopez trying to continue, and that fired out the far touchline. It should be a throw-in by Ann Arbor, but good defensive work back there by Lansing to stop a rush by Ann Arbor. That's going to be a throw-in over there by Holtz. Holtz trying to send it down. Cacao trying to get to it. That ball down. Now Lansing arcs it all the way down the pitch. Drew Pearson back into his own defensive third to get to it. Oh, Mosquito over onto the near wing. Bay trying to feed it ahead. Now Lucas trying to avoid pressure. Back to Bay. Bay, that knocked out the near touchline. That will be off of Lansing. So Bay with the throw-in on the near touchline as we are in. We'll give it a couple minutes as we are about to be in the 80th minute. Throw in by Bay as we are now in the 80th minute. Ball played down. Lopez trying to get to it. Now bringing it ahead. Racing ahead with it. Kyle Pearson. Kyle Pearson moves it across. Now coming down with it. Racing ahead with it is Holtz. At just to the near side of the woodwork out. That will be a goal kick. Christini has it ready to go. Christini. Ball set. As I keep on confusing my wife, Christina, who's running a camera, as I'm saying Christini. I create chaos in the press box, but it is a joy to be here, folks. Cannot tell you how much of an honor it is to be with these mighty Oak for another year as Barney comes in. Substitution for Lansing City as they're getting some fresh legs in, trying to make a big comeback. Ann Arbor up 2-0 here in the 81st minute. We've had a couple injury time, so we're probably going to have a fair amount of stoppage time. We will see. Christini in no hurry as he's set. There's the whistle. Moved ahead. Now that moved all the way over onto the far side by Alvalos.
We are now in the 81st minute of play.
That ball will be kicked away by Lansing on that far touchline as that's launched all the way down, headed back up. Dolabaipu trying to get to it, that over onto the near wing. Now sent back, picked up over here by Palmer. Palmer trying to feed it. Intercepted, sent ahead by Bay. Now all the way across, Drew Pearson. Down the far touchline, Drew Pearson over to Cacao. Cacao moves it over. Here comes Martin. Martin on that far wing. Martin sends it back. Now Bay over on the near wing. 82nd minute here. 2-0. Ann Arbor with the lead. Brought ahead there by Mulahans. Mulahans all the way over to Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson gets it ahead. Over to Martin. Martin kicks it across. Now Bay has it. Bay up the near wing. Bay bringing it over midfield. That tipped off of a defender onto the near wing. Looking to send it across is Lopez. Lopez. And the second goal for Ann Arbor. Now over to Lucas. Lucas cuts across the pitch. Lucas fires it. That one kicked away. Knocked away by Christini. Was all the way down onto the far wing. Lansing trying to quickly move it ahead. Big battle back there. Alvados trying to move it. That will be a kick here in the 83rd minute. All the way across over to Stravato. Ahead. Here comes Alvalos. Down onto this near wing and out the near touchline. He's trying to fire it all the way down to Scorsoni. That ball back, trying to knock it away as Lucas comes over to Bay. Bay launches it all the way back. Christini will have it in the 18. We are in the 84th minute here now. Controlled by DeCosimo. DeCosimo back over to Christini. Christini down on to the far side of the pitch. Back over to Christini in the 18. Christini trying to feed ahead. Lopez providing pressure. DeCosimo with it. DeCosimo up the near wing. DeCosimo over to Dolabaipu. Dolabaipu down onto the near wing. That launched ahead back over there by Schwarzendruber. That will go all the way down into the near corner and out. The end line. That will be a goal kick for Ann Arbor. Mesquita will get it set.
Substitutions for Lansing City. Number 14, Leo Stravato, was replaced by number 8, Jack Gugamos.
So Stravato replaced by Gugamos. Barney in also for
Number 11, Andrew Barney replaced number 8, Jack Gugamos. Correction.
So Barney replaced
Number
Gugamos.
9, Nikos Scarsoni replaced number 14, Dino Scrivato.
Scarsuni
Number
replaced
2,
the bottom.
Hector Delon replaced number 19, Caleb Schwartzen Jr.
So now the ball set here in the 85th minute. 2-0. AFC Ann Arbor with the lead. Mesquita all the way back towards midfield. That ball out the near touchline. Bay has it there. Bay ready with the throw in, played down, trying to bring it ahead. Back over there is Scarsoni. Back towards midfield. Now Lopez back to provide pressure. That ball over. Oh, trying to pull that away. Elvaos. Ball all the way back over to Bay. Bay here in the 86th minute. Now Kyle Pearson trying to dribble around. Pressure from behind. Kyle Pearson back over to Bay. Bay wafts it all the way across the pitch. Racing ahead with it is Holtz. Holtz coming down that bar wing. Over, blast, as that one went off of a defender. Lucas with a big blast there, but one of the defenders took it off the shin. Now Lucas trying to come down the near touchline, trying to feed it ahead. That rocketed all the way back. Right to midfield. Now here comes Vodka. Vodka sent back over to Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson trying to avoid pressure. That back onto the far touchline. We are in the 87th minute here. 2-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Mesquita over onto the near wing for Bay. Bay moves it over. Coming in ahead. That lofted down by Martin. Out the near touchline. That is going to be a throw-in for Ann Arbor. As Martin with it on the near touchline. As coming in for Ann Arbor is Nino, as he gives Elvaca a breather. So Nino in for Elvaca. We are now in the 88th minute. Lopez trying to get it across. Lopez into the near corner. Lopez fires it across. That ball picked up, coming in, and that blasted all the way back. Ball over. Here comes Lansing, as that will go out the far touchline, trying to get that ahead to Dolabaipu, and that one goes out. Ball down as we have about a minute and a half left before stoppage time. Stop there, knock back. Control down onto the near wing. Here comes Lucas. Lucas stops. Lucas trying to dribble around traffic, gets it back over. As that's Mulahans. Mulahans sends it back. Mesquita with it in the 18, over to Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson back across. Here in the 89th minute, that ball tipped, racing down the near wing. Here comes, and sent across, sent back, and plucked up, sent the other direction by Palmer. Knocked back. Lansing's defense has it. As Scarsoni over. Now that's Cosimo. Down, sent back as blasted. Good job by Mesquita getting in the way and firing that with big time pressure coming by Lansing. Cosimo with it. DeCosimo lifts it ahead towards center. Played down by Ann Arbor. We are in the 90th minute of play. Here comes Lucas. Lucas bringing it ahead. Lucas trying to chip it over. Lucas battling. Lucas feeds it. Now trying to turn. Blast. DeCosimo gets in the way. Out the near touch, or nope, almost. Played back over. Lucas trying to shake himself free. Oh, and it just didn't have quite enough spin out to the far side of the far post. 30 seconds left before stoppage time. We'll see how much stoppage time we have. 20 seconds before stoppage time. All set for Christini to fire it away. 10 seconds before stoppage time. And ball over. Sent down the far touch line. Trying to shake free over there. And we are now in stoppage time. 5 minutes of stoppage time. So long stoppage time. Lansing City with an opportunity. Ann Arbor up 2-0. Dolabaipu trying to get through traffic. That knocked away by Bay. Bay sends it down onto the near wing. Here comes Lucas. Lucas looking for a cross. Lucas comes across the top of the 18. Lucas gets a screen shot there, and it just goes wide. That goes out to the far side, outside the far side of the posts. But that looks like that is going to be a corner. As it looks like Cacao is going to take that. Cacao set to send this one away. Cacao all the way across, headed back down onto the far touch line. And moved over, headed, and that'll be another corner for Ann Arbor as that goes out the end line. That'll come to the near corner. Again, we are in 5 minutes of stoppage time here. Ball set that is Lucas. Ready to send it away. Lucas arcs it across, headed back as that'll come down near the near touchline. Lucas trying to get across. Lucas trying to dribble through traffic. He's dispossessed. Trying to feed it the other direction. Played down over there by Lacey. Lacey. Ball right on the near touchline. Grabbing it is Lopez. Lopez moves it back over. Trying to turn on it is Lucas. Lucas trying to get past traffic. Lucas with a shot that off of a defender. Now Lansing moves it back towards the middle third. Lopez down, sends it on the far touchline. Ball sent over to Cacao. Cacao into the 18. Cacao fires it. That plucked up by Christini. Again, we are in 5 minutes of stoppage time. 2-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. The ball headed back towards the Lansing defending third. Played down back over there by Scarsoni. Onto the far wing now, back. The Cosimo. Sends it across. That over to Palmer. Palmer launches it all the way down the pitch. Stopped, popped up high. Now Bay heads it back. Played down, losing an edge back over there. Was Delling. Tipped there. Back over, grabbing it. Elvalos on the far touchline. 2-0, Ann Arbor with the lead here in stoppage time. The ball sent all the way across. Now down onto the near wing, but a whistle. That will be a goal kick for Ann Arbor. So we are at least halfway through stoppage time. Mesquita. Right foot into it. That arcs. Over midfield as trying to get to it was Lopez. Now moved back. Lucas with it. And that is it. That is the game. Ann Arbor wins. AFC Ann Arbor wins 2-0. as we take a look at what is the let's bring up the next game. Well, here we go. Yep. So the next two games for AFC and Arbor men are on the road May 14th. They're at Midwest United at 7:30. The women's team plays there at 5 o'clock. On May 23rd, they play Macomb. It's a Friday at 7 p.m. Then they have three home games in a row. May 26th, they're going to play Oakland. That is Memorial Day at 11 a.m. Then that should be June 1st. It's Kalamazoo at 3 o'clock. And then June 7th, it's Flint at 7 p.m. All right, we can just, I want to thank my camera people, Christina Wiseman and James Wiseman, Mike Butler, our director. My name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you very much. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you for cheering for whichever team you were at and supporting all these wonderful athletes. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. It's a final in this USL 2 match, AFC Ann Arbor 2 and Lansing City Football 0. Thank you and have a great night.